So you take a look at the tail of the tape. Vassell, you can see, is giving away 3.5 inches, so he's got to work out a reach issue there. He's going to have to be patient and try and work inside, although the stats would suggest just a 1-inch reach difference, but that height advantage, Colomban, you'd think, will want to be jabbing his way to success, certainly in the early rounds. They both made their debut in 2006. Colomban with 5 more fights and a pretty decent knockout percentage for both fellas, so that might be a sign that this one might be an early night.
Okay then, here we go, fight fans. It is time now for our main event of the evening. This is Fight Night Live on Sky Sports HD. Hatton Promotions present 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the Commonwealth welterweight title. This bout sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Our Commonwealth representative and our official in charge this evening is Mr. Richard Jones. Our timekeeper at the bell is Mr. Colin Roberts, and we have 3 scoring judges at ringside. Mr. Steve Gray from Fleetwood. From Birmingham, Mr. Terry O'Connor and Dave Parrish from Leeds. Upon the sound of the bell, the third man in the ring is our official in charge of the action, our referee this evening, introducing Howard Foster from Doncaster. Fight fans, those are the officials. Time now to meet our boxers. Firstly, introducing the challenger this evening, fighting out of the blue corner. On the scales, his official weight, 10 stone, 5 pounds, 12 ounces. This evening, he wears the red shorts with white trim and brings to the ring a fight record which consists of 20 victories, 10 of which finished inside the scheduled distance with just 3 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, from Melbourne, Australia, by way of his native Cameroon, introducing the challenger. Would you please welcome Samuel Colomban? And across the ring stands our proud champion. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the black shorts. On the scales at 10 stone, 7 pounds. He has a 100% perfect fight record. 18 visits to the ring, 18 victories, 9 of which have finished inside the scheduled distance. Ladies and gentlemen, from Manchester, England, introducing the reigning and defending Commonwealth welterweight champion, Denton Vassell.
Well, Bob Shannon just putting the gum shield in there. Denton Vassell's trainer says he hopes that Denton will deliver something special tonight. An explosive finish. He's certainly capable of it. He's looked terrific in the gym again. But that's not the problem. The problem is when that bell sounds and the butterflies start fluttering away. He needs to get rid of them now and deal with Samuel Colomban, the taller man from Melbourne, Australia, in the red. The man from Manchester, Denton Vassell, in the black, scheduled for 12 rounds. Vassell making the second defense of his Commonwealth welterweight title and just slipping over in his enthusiasm there.
Well, Vassell's very good up close, good body puncher, so the first question is, can he turn the height difference into an advantage as opposed to a disadvantage? Can he get inside the jab, get some body shots in, switch them up to the head? He's got to do it at close range. That's where he's his strongest. So that's the first question we'll have to have answered.
Yeah, you mentioned body shots, Jim. His trainer Bob Shannon knows all about this fella's power with the body punches. He said he was working the body bag in training. You might have seen it, actually, a clip in Ed Robinson's report pre-fight. And he said Vassell hit him so hard, he had a lot of pain from the left hand, and another left goes into the body there. And Bob actually went to the doctor with the pain and discovered he's got a hernia and he's going to need an operation. And that is really a testament to the power that Darius Vassell has got. If he can translate that into the ring, Denton Vassell is going to be quite a force.
Well, they're both missing a little bit in the opening round, but Vassell making Colomban miss with pretty much everything. So it's a good start. He's denying him the space, not allowing him to stand off with a long jab that he has. So not a lot of clean work produced so far, but a good start nevertheless. Vassell not allowing Colomban to set anything up.
And he's already working the body. One was a little bit south of the border there, to say the least. And Howard Foster giving Samuel Colomban every chance. And Denton Vassell just getting a little bit of a warning. Just keep the punches up.
You have to be careful, you know, landing low blows so early, especially when the main part of your plan is throwing body shots, because a couple of straying low and you start have to headhunt just to be on the safe side. So you want to be a little bit more accurate, just be a little bit more careful with your shots.
No, come on.
That's another good left as well. He's getting through already with those left hands, Denton Vassell.
I think Vassell's looking the more fluid of the two. At the moment, good upper body movement, making this fellow miss most of the time, keeping him occupied. It's a good opening round, no power shots.
Yeah, combination shots to the body there. Put in a right, followed up with a left, and in between, just banged in an uppercut as well. So Colomban is on the back foot and under some pressure here in this first round, but gets through with an uppercut of his own. But not enough to slow Vassell down. A very bright start for the defending champion.
Vassell making him work too, which is good, making him miss a lot. I mean, he's landed very few clean shots in this opener, the visitor. So good stuff from Vassell. People have travelled halfway across the world. You don't want to give them a good round to start with, so excellent start.
Well, no mystery about the game plan as far as Denton Vassell is concerned. Attack the body.
Yeah, that was a good opening round. He didn't really allow Colomban to produce much at all. Made him miss with most of what was coming out. That was the low blow, no question about that. I mean, Colomban made a little bit about it, but you can't really blame him. It was definitely low.
So round two of this 12-rounder, Denton Vassell in the black. From Manchester, Samuel Colomban from Melbourne, who boxed in Melbourne for Cameroon in the Commonwealth Games and liked the city so much, he just decided to stay. There were some reports that a bit low from Vassell. He's got to watch that.
That was another low shot. He's got a good left hook though.
Very good left hook upstairs. But that was a second low blow right in Howard Foster's range as well. He saw that clearly. The best name on Colomban's card is Philip Holliday, so it looks pretty good to stop someone like that late on, but the former, another good body shot comes in. But Holliday, having boxed in 7 years, was 39 years old at the time, the former IBF lightweight champion, so you have to put an asterisk against that one. And Colomban trying to find something to slow Vassell down, because Vassell has managed to close down that gap. He's getting through the jab and he's starting to really unload with those body shots.
Vassell really setting a pace, which is okay as long as you're taking as much out of the other fellows you're taking out of yourself, and I'm pretty sure he is. Still making Colomban miss with most of his punches. So hasn't really pinned him down for too many real shots. A good body shot there from Vassell. These are really good. These will pay dividends.
There's more flow, more belief in Denton Vassell, certainly than when we saw in his first defence against Cthulhu Shona, when he deserved to win, but it was a scrappy, messy affair. He just never really got going. He's really teeing off nicely here. He's looking the part.
Well, it's also good that Colomban doesn't clinch up close. He's quite happy to exchange punches, because that really is, with Vassell, is it is most effective. So I think the styles might gel nicely here.
And it is going to be a wear down process for Vassell. He got caught there. You've got to be careful, because this opponent is capable. As I say, he's been on the floor, but he's never been stopped.
Colomban just struggling a little bit with the pace. I think he's been shocked the way Vassell's really coming at him.
Rather good left hook, and Colomban tried to find a response to that. Nothing really landed. He got stung by that left hook to the side of the jaw.
So I think Colomban's a fighter who likes things at long range, time to think what he's doing. Well, he's been denied that, so good stuff from Vassell. He wants to keep doing this, certainly for the first half of the fight.
And he's able to step across yourself and work that jab all the time.
Well, he worked the body back against Bob Shannon in training. He's working the body here against Samuel Colomban with some success.
Yeah, that was the stats, but the body shots coming from Vassell much more impressive than what Colomban has come back with. So he wants to keep working the body, keep the pace up, get the early rounds in the bank.
Just caught a little snippet in the Colomban corner. John Laludis, the Australian trainer, just said it's not working. So whatever their strategy was, it clearly isn't having an effect. Obviously the strategy would have been, you would think, just to keep him on the end of those jabs. And this time Colomban complains about another low blow.
I just wonder how low that one was. I mean, that didn't look all that low. I mean, it didn't look to me in the danger area. I could be wrong. From the angle we got, I wasn't 100% sure it was low. But I'm just wondering if it was in the danger region.
Well, it was right in front of us, Jim, as well. And that was exactly my reaction. It wasn't a noticeably low blow, but the way Colomban reacted, I guess you have to give him the benefit of the doubt. We didn't take that, but look, it's right on the.
I mean, unless it's in the danger area really low, then there's no problem, because you have padding there, and the muscle definition there is good as well. So if it's, I mean, I could be wrong, but that'd be a good sign maybe if he's looking for things to complain about. Maybe just trying to nick a point off Vassell.
It did seem to land around the belt area, but anyway, he's getting on with it now. And a big cheer went up when that left landed from Vassell.
He's struggling with the pace, Colomban. He's not used. I don't think he's ever been in a fight that's been fought at this kind of pace before. He hasn't got time to think, hasn't got time to get his punches together. A good body shot.
And again, Colomban makes the most of it. And again, it was a borderline one.
Again, another one I want to have a look at, but there's a point going to be deducted now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Howard Foster says, well, I've seen enough here. Now, again, it didn't look flagrant. It's on the belt.
I mean, it's not the danger area, it's on the belt. I thought that both of them, we'll be able to see from here again. Yeah, I mean, it's landing on the belt. So I just think Colomban, he's got what he was after. He's got a point deducted. Okay. I mean, part of the glove was below the belt, but in the trunks, if you look, are a little bit low as well, which is not all that clever from Colomban. But I reckon that's what he wanted, and that's what he's got. But he's responding better now.
Well, he's coming out and setting a tempo here himself, and Vassell going with him.
Maybe that's given him a bit of a boost there. The point deduction.
Well, Vassell really is pouring on the pressure. And Colomban, having got his point deduction, well, what does he do next?
See, the problem is now Vassell has to be thinking about the body shots. He has to be so careful. He can't let the punches flow. I mean, you know, he has to reset his sights to make sure that nothing lands below the belt again, because that was low. I mean,
Howard Foster didn't have a view of that one, but it was a right hand that was definitely low.
I mean, if he carries on like this, there's a limit until he end up being disqualified. So it's a great pity. His strengths maybe have been taken away from him, but this is good action here, heads coming together.
And in the middle of that, a good right hand from Colomban, but Vassell soaked it up. He landed another one there, but Vassell taking those punches and just trying to walk his way through them and just blast this guy out and break him up. Punch on the bell, to say the least, just about. Oh, what a round.
Good. Don't just sit there, mate.
John Lalulis is having quite a word with Samuel Colomban, and the one thing he said straight off the bat was, stop complaining, you're not in Australia, stop your moaning. Then he says, where's the right hooks, where's the crosses, get off the ropes. He's not a happy man, this trainer.
Well, that's what I like about the Australians. It's a tough school, so he's telling his own fighters, stop complaining, get on with the job, it's a rough business, just get on with it. So you have to admire that attitude. I think he stole it around there with his complaints.
Well, they were both standing and trading at the end of that last round. Let's see if the pattern changes a little bit here. And let's see, as you said, Jim, how does Vassell fine-tune the radar? Does he switch to the head a little bit more in case he does run the risk of a low blow? And he did land another one in that last round, luckily on the blind side of the referee.
Colomban's trying to get his punches off a little bit earlier now. That's what he has to do. He was allowing Vassell to get too close for the first 3 rounds, so he has to get his shots off quicker. That's what he's trying to do.
Fourth round, it's been a fast pace. And Vassell keep it going. Good left, catches Colomban, who winces, felt that one. Swinging left hook.
He's a bit more head movement as he comes forward, the Vassell. That's usually another one of his strengths. I wonder if it's just taking some of the confidence away that he can't work the body. Good left hook from him.
Well, if he can't left hook to the body, maybe he just switches upstairs. He's landed a couple of good ones in this round.
See, I think every serious low blow from here on in is going to deduct a point. Oh, lovely right hand. This is good stuff from Vassell now.
I'll tell you what, Jim, he landed that right hand flush, and Colomban didn't wobble. He's going to need a few more of those if he's going to break this fella down. He's tough.
Yeah, Colomban putting much more up, much more of an argument up now, getting his own shots off a lot quicker. Better punches in this round have come
And there's
from
a cut
Vassell.
as well. Sorry to interrupt you, Jim. I think Vassell's got a cut to the side of the left eye.
Yep, left eye.
Well, things looking up for the Aussie. After he got chewed out by his trainer, he certainly has come out with more intent here, and he took a really solid punch from Vassell as well, and took it, and it didn't seem to bother him too much. That'll do his confidence some good.
I would imagine these are the tactics that they brought with them from Australia, the jab, the move, use the reach, keep this fellow at long range. That's what he's trying to do now. Vassell just lost a little bit of a momentum.
He's a fighter who battles with his nerves, and sometimes you get the sense with Denton Vassell that the problem is all mental, and if he is starting to think about things again, rather than just letting the punches flow, that's bad news for him and potentially really good news for Samuel Colomban. This is better stuff, more high pressure coming from the champion. But Bob Shannon will have to go to work on that cut. It doesn't look too bad.
Bit of Vaseline on it, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're not going to go to red alert over this one, but there's still some repairs to be done.
Listen, no one's standing in front of you, know you now, do you?
Keep moving.
Keep moving now, next
From a punch.
I know it, I know it. Right, listen, keep your head moving, keep them hands up all the time, innit, right? Keep drinking. Right?
Relentless.
Relentless.
Yeah, well, we got a bit more from Colomban in that round, but I thought the quality punching was coming from Vassell. Lovely right hand, solid punches. But the cut eye was caused by a punch, I believe. So if it worsens and the fight stopped, then gone is the title.
Yeah, so something to think about here for Denton Vassell. And Bob Shannon was saying that because of the nature of the job he does, playing with people's money, he's a thinking, intelligent guy, and it's good to be a thinking, intelligent fighter as well, but sometimes you can overthink it. You've just got to trust your instincts and your reflexes and let the punches go. And Vassell, ever since he had that point deduction, it's taken a little something out of his game.
Yeah, and I think Colomban has livened up considerably. I mean, he really looks now as though he fancies the job. I think the little pep talk his corner gave him has fired him up a little bit. He's more of a handful.
The right cross is getting in from Colomban. And it's all gone quiet here in Oldham. They sense that the balance of power might be shifting a little bit here as Vassell misses wildly and just gets picked off.
There's not a lot of quality in Colomban's punching. Their heads coming together there. But they're breaking the rhythm of Vassell. So they're doing their job. The head's rubbing up again.
Well, it's smart ringcraft, isn't it, from the Australian, the way he bought that point deduction with the theatricals, and now taking away his opponent's rhythm, just breaking that up. He's doing everything he can to give himself a decent chance here, the Australian.
I mean, the punches were slightly low, but I mean, they weren't causing any pain whatsoever. This is better from Vassell. This is where he needs them, backed onto the ropes, up close. Short, jolting punches to body and head, but just be more accurate with the body shots.
Colomban looks happy to stand and trade leather with him now as well. So his confidence starting to grow. So needs to get him backed up. Missing again. Colomban is seeing some of these wild swinging right hands that Vassell is throwing from a long way away.
Good luck from Colomban. Yep, this is a different fighter altogether now. He's found his desire. He seems to have settled into this fight now.
Yes. Tempted to say he's rode that storm as Vassell went off like an express train the first 2 or 3 rounds. And the pace has dropped from the champion. It had
I
to.
haven't seen the quality from him in this round. That first sign of real problems, I think, for Vassell. Missing badly.
Some elbows.
Yeah, not a good round for the defending champion, this. A long, long way adrift.
Worry now, come on. Tell you what, need that jab working, head moving, right hands over the
Well,
top.
join
You've
us
got to
this
step up, you do
Thursday
that jab
for
and then step in,
Ringside.
haven't you?
As Adam and Johnny look ahead to December's huge month of boxing. Martin Murray will be on set and will be stateside with Amir Khan as those two prepare for their big world title fights. That's at 6 p.m. Sky Sports 1 on Thursday. Will we be reviewing a successful Commonwealth title defence for Denton Vassell as well, or will we be talking about another upset? We had an upset on Wednesday night at the York Hall. Lee Purdy, the red-hot favourite for the British title. Colin Lyons reeling in the years with a magnificent performance. We're all talking about a Purdy-Vassell rematch. Well, that's out of the window. And with Purdy losing his British title, there's no guarantee that Denton Vassell's going to be holding on to his Commonwealth title here the way this one's going, because the longer it's going, the more you sense that Colomban is growing into this fight.
And a lot of missing again at the start of this round. I think I'd prefer to see Vassell fighting in little bursts as a part of the all-out onslaught. Makes too many mistakes with that. Just picks his spots, little bursts, break off again and pick up again.
The big change for me, Jim, he's almost abandoned the body attack. You can kind of understand it, but he's barely thrown a body shot now, Denton Vassell.
I think also the problem is he's not getting close enough to do it either, because Colomban's a lot livelier, getting his own punches off far earlier than he was in the first couple of rounds. So it's turning into another difficult night for Vassell. Looking for power, but maybe he should just drop down to like 70% power, but just get the punches home. Look the part, impress the judges. Don't look to hurt this fella. They're holding it on up close there, holding the gloves.
That was better from Vassell. Back to plan A. And keeping the pressure on as well.
Yeah, this is better when he imposes himself on Colomban. Don't give him the room to get the punches off.
Good left hook upstairs. And switching it to the body, and the Australian really breathed hard after that left hook to the body.
Nope, this is a good time for Vassell to have a good round, because Colomban was definitely growing in confidence in the previous round. So Vassell's he's put the pedal down. This is better.
Missed a bit with that right hand and was almost wide open for a counter, but this is better. Doubling up with the right crosses upstairs. A good right in response from the Australian, but this is better from Vassell. Although he is taking a couple of risks here to get his own shots off.
His own defences have to tighten up. You can be coming forward, you can be moving the head, but you can still have your hands up. Just dropping his hands, thinking about single shots, thinking about what he's doing, forgetting that stuff coming back. Just a bit more concentration is what is required.
Working the solar plexus, then switching inside. There's a cut one in there. Better round for Denton Vassell.
Yeah. That's what mate, you're not doing nothing, but you're doing it, you're tapping it.
Well, you're hearing John Laludis and his gravelly Australian tones as we take a look at the stats. Vassell comfortably in the lead here, and Laludis is saying, what you're doing isn't working. He's walking right through it.
Yeah, that was better work from Vassell, doubling up with the right hand, getting the body shots home again, which have been missing for the last round or so. And that one shook Colomban up.
Much better from Vassell. Can he keep it going? Well, the stats suggest that Vassell's comfortable. Jim, is that how you see it?
Yep, I have a couple of points up. Remember the point deduction, which we hope won't have a bearing on the final score, but Vassell looking a little bit more comfortable again. Can he maintain that?
Just missing a little bit in this early stage of this round. That was a push. But 2-3 swinging punches. And Vassell missed quite badly. Got picked off a couple of times as well. He just needs to tighten his work up. Right to the body was a bit borderline. Howard Foster saw that from the Australian.
I think the Australian's boxing is a little bit ungainly now. You know, his punches are coming from all over the place. He doesn't have that structure any longer. So I wonder maybe he's beginning to feel the first signs of tiredness. I mean, this has been a cracking pace.
It really has, and Vassell certainly seems to have found his second wind. And a couple of rounds where he didn't really look quite sharp, as he was just rethinking things a little bit, but the last round was better for him. He's applying the pressure and keeping it on here. And it's what he's going to have to do. You're not going to get rid of Samuel Colomban with a single punch. It's got to be a wearing down process.
And that's why I would like to see him fighting in little bursts as opposed to trying to do it 3 minutes of the round. He makes mistakes, he's taking shots he doesn't have to take. Just little 10-second bursts, then get the breath back, then launch another attack. Keep this fellow wondering what's coming up next. See the tape just beginning to loosen. Vassell's glove. Hopefully they'll sort that at the end of the round. Won't break the action.
A little lift got through from Colomban, but Vassell took it very well.
As Colomban's backing off, he's looking to drop the pace. Not comfortable fighting at this pace. This is not normally the way he does business. Yeah, that's the tape.
Yeah, the eye's starting to weep a little bit for Vassell, but it doesn't look anything to worry about at all. Bob Shannons managed to keep that under control. It didn't look a particularly nasty one anyway. So that's the good news. And the left gets through that, right to the body. Again, Colomban breathes hard, soaks it up. But it slowed him down a little bit, that body shot. And he's out of range with his own combination. I think he's just starting to feel this body attack a bit here, the Australian. It's starting to hurt him and affect his game.
Yeah, he's holding Vassell's left glove up close there, so Vassell just working away with the right hand, which is fair enough.
And more accuracy from Vassell with the body punches as well, leaving no margin for error there. A much better round for the champ.
Put the corner now.
Well, he's back with the body assault, isn't he, Denton Vassell?
I want to see
Yeah,
you
with a
working
vengeance.
this kid. Yeah. I want to see you now.
Yeah, he does throw real quality shots. Now and again, Colomban's grabbing a hold of his gloves up close, so that's always a sign that he's struggling with the power and the volume of punches. He's still an awkward customer. It's not difficult to pin down for the clean punches.
Did you hear Bob Shannon in that last round, Jim, saying to Denton Vassell, come on, you're letting him outwork you? Would you agree with that, or is that just a trainer psyching his man up?
No, I think he knows it was a decent round for Vassell, but probably feels Vassell can produce better. But again, he's facing an awkward opponent. Tall, lot of movement, punches coming from unusual angles. Difficult to look good against. So the main thing in these fights is you keep the title, you get the result, no matter how you get that result.
Both straying around the border area there with his body punches. The difference for me, though, with his previous Commonwealth title defence against Bethul Shona was really awkward and slippery. Vassell just seemed to run out of ideas, and that fight just bogged down and stalemated, and Vassell did enough work to win it. But here he's keeping his ideas, he's keeping busy, he's still trying to find something. And there's much more focus to his game, a bit more of a mature performance from him.
Yeah, and thankfully Colomban, although he struggles now and again with the pace, he's not doing too much spoiling. He's trying to get his own punches off. Just he's not looked comfortable for the last couple of rounds. Get a body shot again. He's looking to the referee home to claim that was a low one. Nothing wrong with it.
He just walks under a couple of jabs for his pains as well. He definitely had a little glance at Howard Foster as if to say, come on, you're going to do it again.
I think the body shots could get this fella out of there. You can see the way he's pulling the elbows in. When Vassell gets close, the body shots could be finishing it here.
Well, he's definitely feeling them.
Yeah, another scrappy round. A lot of the rounds have been a little bit scrappy, just that clash of styles. Just with the toe-to-toe boxing, not an awful lot of thought from either man. They're just trying to outmatch each other. But Vassell, for me, has gained the edge.
Body shot with the left, and doubling up the left. There's a bit of blood from the nose now of Vassell, so he's having his moments here, the Australian. But the heavier punches are certainly coming from Vassell, but Colomban is awkward. He's a handful, and he's game. He wants this title.
See, there are things Vassell should be doing, but he's not doing. You know, little feints, force this fella to make the move, and then punish him. You know, don't just sail right into range and try to outgame him. He really should, at this stage, be showing a little bit more technique than he's missing. That was better. He showed a little feint there. That's it, just a bit of head movement before you go to work. He's capable of it. I think when there's so much at stake, you know, your title's on the line. Just he's punching after the call to break, I think, there. And one for pushing down on the neck.
Denton Vassell certainly isn't getting home advantage treatment from Howard Foster tonight. Busy round. And you heard the corner there say to Denton Vassell, that's better. Let's see if Bob Shannon agrees.
Listen, you need to body card now, don't we? We need to work that jab a bit more, don't we? Outworking, you're not outworking the kid, he's outworking you, Ben. Where's all the strength gone? Come on, get it. Let's see the sharpness, how much do you want it? Hey?
I told you what I want. Not just one punch, mate. Let's work, we'll do it at training. Get behind, buddy. You want this or what? What? We're not home, mate. We're not going to win. We're not going to win, buddy. All right? Let's work. Come on, let's go. This is the 9th round, buddy.
Oh, John Laludis is from the school of realism, isn't he? He knows the deal. It's going to be so tough for his man to get a decision if it goes the distance. He's got to completely outbox Denton Vassell or stop him. But meanwhile, you've got Bob Shannon in the champion's corner, more or less saying the same thing.
Well, this is developing into one of those fights that's just whoever's prepared to give that little bit more is liable to get it, because it's tough. It's not about tactics anymore. It's just about keeping the punches flowing. I think Vassell is more capable of showing a bit more technique, so he's been one. Maybe just levelling things up, low punching. But Vassell didn't make any bones about it. He wanted to carry on with the job, and that's been the difference between the two of them. He's not looking for any points deductions. He's just looking to get on with the job.
Yeah, I don't think the Australian can complain if he does get a point taken. Of course, he's definitely landed a few that have been borderline at best and has been given the benefit of the doubt. It's the first time Howard Foster's actually taken him to task over it. Nice little right hand inside from Vassell.
So Bob Shannons calling for Vassell to use the jab, but I agree with that, provided he's going to step in with something else behind it, because if he throws single jabs to this fella, he's going to be countered. That's Colomban's game. So work in with the jab, but make sure you follow up with combinations. That's good stuff.
They're really digging in and unloading here, Denton Vassell. And look at those elbows tucked in. And the Australian comes back with something else. And a low one comes in. Well, it looked low, but that's better again from Vassell. But look, Colomban happy to stand and trade with him. There's one of those right-hand counters we talked about. Jim, as Vassell rather lunged in crudely.
Walking into punches.
Become a very tactical round, this. And that little exchange of the macho stuff in the neutral corner a few moments ago, but there's a lot of thinking and plotting going on here.
Right hand there from Vassell. Yep, he's used the jab as he's been told to do. I'd like to see him using it to get close and then put the punches together. Oh, good shot.
A really solid body shot. Yeah, it was close to the danger area.
Scrappy round, not a lot in this round.
Just got the sense earlier that you thought Vassell might just better grind this fella down in these close exchanges, but Colomban does seem to have taken it up to now, but is there a little bit of a chink in the armour starting to appear there as the bell went? That was a timely bell for Samuel Colomban, who is blowing hard. He was really feeling that in the last few seconds.
Well, we always felt the body shots would pay dividends. We'll hear what the corner are saying.
They know the body shots have been taking their toll. And Vassell landing so many more. They're throwing the same, but the success rate's so significantly superior for Vassell. It's not about how many you throw, it's how many do you land.
Well, the corner have changed tactics. They're trying to encourage him, talk him into it. They'll give him a tongue lashing for a couple of rounds. So I think they realise he's struggling, maybe a bit of encouragement will get him back into this. I just feel that Vassell over the last couple of rounds, the last few rounds, has had the edge. Not a lot to split him. He just seems to be the one with the edge.
Fascinating battle. He finished round 9 strongly. Can Denton Vassell put his foot on the gas here in round 10 and keep the pressure on? Jim, you think he's starting to pull away with this one? And another one.
It's the body shot again. Is that complete? No, the referee's had enough of it. Yeah, Howard Foster, good refereeing, because he's worked to dodge far too often.
Well, more evidence that he's really starting to feel this, Colomban. Now, can he dig deep and find a reservoir of stamina and belief? And that was a low shot that came in.
Yes.
Really low from Colomban. And now Howard Foster's going to have another word. No, he's not. Oh, good left hook from Vassell.
See, I think these are the tactics for Vassell. He's proven he's tougher and stronger up close. So I think he should maybe just stick to this, get close and get the punches put together, as opposed to trying to out-jab this fellow. Use the jab to get in, but make sure you follow up with combinations.
You look at a guy's card and you think, well, I've never been stopped, but I don't know who's he been in with. But you can see why he's never been stopped. Colomban, he is tough, and he's very willing and brave. Takes a punch, will soak it up and come back and try and find something. And if Vassell can just find another gear here, though, you sense that there could be a late stoppage in this one.
Vassell putting some thought in now. You know, see the little feint there, just getting this fellow to lead off. That's it, make him miss. Just a bit more technique in what he's doing. We know he's well capable of it. He's just too keen to be drawn into a tear-up.
sinks into Colomban's body, follows up with a right. And he is hurting the Australian. But he is not hoisting the white flag.
See the kind of tired punches with that little feint from Vassell. It draws the leads, tired-looking leads from Colomban. Opens the man up completely. A little bit more of that's what's required. This is good.
Withering body assault, big right, followed by a left hook. There's an earlier left hook upstairs. They've got a clause in his corner, and a big right cross upstairs as well. Colomban soaks it all up, but how much more of this can he take? These are big punches coming in from Denton Vassell. And for me, Jim, Colomban has done well to survive that round because he was looking very, very tired at the end of that round.
Mate. Don't just step back and go backwards. Just control it. How you feeling? Huh? How you feeling? Chin will rise, buddy.
The shot. Yep, again, it's on the belt. I mean, you also have to say Colomban's belt is low. I mean, it's below the cup. So he's maybe inviting some of these shots. Again, slightly low, but not in the danger area that a fighter should be complaining about. He's landing on the padding of the protector cup, doing no damage whatsoever. Another one on the borderline.
Round 11, just one more after this. It's been a real battle. Vassell started fast, had the point deducted. That seemed to mess with his head for a couple of rounds. Colomban showed some toughness, showed some skills as well. But in the second half of this fight, Vassell, you sense, has got back to his game, is landing the heavier punches, and is slowly but surely breaking this man up. And the only real question is, can he finish the job inside? Swinging right hand. Colomban just saw that in the nick of time.
Colomban must know he needs a big round. I think his corner have made that pretty clear. So you'd expect him to try to take the initiative if he's able to do it.
Bit of swelling below the right eye of Denton Vassell. So he had some damage in the morning. Got a cut on the left eye. He knows he's been in the battle, and another body shot sinks in, and Colomban is starting to hurt.
And again, looking to the referee, and referee Foster shaking his head, saying, get on with it, he's complaining about everything.
Another left, upstairs.
Colomban looking over at the corner after that left hook. Struggling in there.
He's taken some big punches, Jim, he really has. And not just to the body, there's been some real solid left hooking upstairs from Vassell. And through it all, he's soaked it up. He's still trying to find something. It's a brave, if futile, effort, this, from Samuel Colomban. Work now coming from Colomban as well when they get tied up. At least in earlier rounds, Colomban was trying to make something happen, trying to match him shot for shot, but he's not doing that now. He's really feeling this pace, and it's adrenaline and bravery and heart that's keeping him going here. Last 30 seconds of round 11, Vassell continuing to pour it on.
Both really feeling tired now, not too much accuracy in either man's punching in this round. But still, Vassell seems to have the edge, just seems to hold that little advantage.
assuming he gets the decision. And you never know with these judges at ringside, you never know what you're going to get anymore. But if Denton Vassell does get the decision, you have to say it's a bad performance, and that was a terrific shot as well. And look, Colomban just soaks it up. But it's been so much better from Denton Vassell than the last time we saw him defending this title. There's ideas, there's energy, there's purpose, there's everything but the stoppage, and a lot of that goes down to Samuel Colomban and his toughness.
What round's this now? 11th, isn't it?
12.
Last round coming up now.
Anything.
Right, come on, let's go.
Last round.
Last round,
yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Punches up.
Yeah, listen.
And keep your hands up straight away. Just come forward.
Last round, yeah.
Yep.
Keep the punches up.
All right.
I think they both landed simultaneous right at the end of the round, because Colomban looked straight back as though he had thought his was the better of the two. Is this it here? Bang, bang, yes. And he looked back there. Don't know if that's the spot yet. They both landed, but on the replay it looks as though Vassell was the better of the two.
Yeah, there didn't seem to be any effect for Vassell, did there, from that punch? It's going to come down to the last 3 minutes. It's been a really good scrap for the Commonwealth welterweight title, this. Denton Vassell, the champion in the black, pulling away on Jim's scorecard. But Samuel Colomban, the Australian via Cameroon, hanging in there, toughing this one out and giving it everything he's got. And you can't ask more than that from a challenger. Is it going to be enough? Not on Jim's card. And certainly the way it's gone the second half of the fight, it would be a strange card indeed that didn't see it in Denton Vassell's favour.
I mean, he has caused problems in every round, Colomban, but I've just thought that Vassell producing the better work. So I don't mind if the judges have it a little bit tighter than I do, as long as the right man is going home with the title, and I fully expect that to be Denton Vassell.
It's the kind of fight they both come out with some credit, because Vassell, no, he may not get the stoppage, but that's more down to the opponent and his resilience and his courage. Vassell's had plenty of ideas, he's had plenty of success, and he hasn't got bogged down like he has in previous fights.
Still feel that he can work on his techniques a bit more. He'll find ways to get close without committing himself too much, taking chances, you know, using little feints, head movement.
Maybe work on defences a bit, because this has been a good little spell for Colomban. He's got through with a couple of combinations, and Vassell now finds a response. Well, if he does get the decision, that's going to take the pain away from Bob Shannon's hernia a little bit.
I mean, they're both really feeling tired. You can't expect too much. Colomban actually getting some punches home here. Maybe Vassell feels he has the job done and just becoming a little bit reckless, but there's no snap in Colomban's punches that he needs to worry about.
Well, you could make an argument that Colomban is actually winning this round, but as you say, Jim, it's both like they've put everything into those first 11 rounds. There's not an awful lot left here for the grandstand finish. And that's to take nothing away from him. It's been a good one.
Yeah, it's been a real good battle. A lot of missing in the last round, as you've got to expect. Full credit to Colomban, he's dug in.
And he's found the chin. Yep. He's found the chin a good half a dozen times in this last round with Denton Vassell. Messy at times, but never dirty. And full-on commitment from both fellas. And full marks to Samuel Colomban, who probably may have just taken that last round. Whether he's taken the title is another matter altogether, but that was a tough old battle for that Commonwealth welterweight title. It was absorbing from start to finish. And it's going to go to the cards, and whatever happens, Samuel Colomban, who looked ready to go on half a dozen occasions, well, he's kept his record intact of never having been stopped, and deserves that pat on the back from Ricky Hatton.
Yeah, well, that was just another tough, awkward night's work for Denton Vassell, but he stuck with it. You know, didn't feel sorry for himself at any time. You can see the stats there, you know, favouring him quite widely, as I have on my card. good performance, but I still feel that this young man can improve on what he's come up with at the moment. I mean, we can see as early as the first round, the body shots were going to trouble Colomban. The problem was too many were straying low, and little tricks from Colomban. He started showing out to referee Foster about the low blows, complaining about them, managed to have a point deducted from Vassell. But then that was the point being deducted. But the longer it went, he kept trying that throughout the fight until eventually referee Foster got fed up with it. And every round I felt the quality of punching from Vassell was better than anything that Colomban was coming up with, but he was keeping it competitive, he was keeping it tough, interesting, and it really was a good battle to watch. I thought in the later stages, Vassell began to take over, just doing that little bit more work in all of the rounds. Full credit to Colomban. In the last round, he pulled himself together with a little bit of a grandstand finish. But I thought by that time, these kind of punches had taken the edge off his performance, and pretty much 2/3 of the way at least, Vassell was the man in charge. Better quality, better variety, and for me, he's hung on to his title.
So it goes to our three scoring judges, Steve Gray, Terry O'Connor and Dave Parris. How do they see this one?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. After 12 3-minute rounds of welterweight boxing, we ask our judges at ringside to make their decisions. The judges return a unanimous verdict. Judge Steve Gray has the contest 117-112. Judge Terry O'Connor has the contest at 116-112. And Judge Dave Parrish has the contest at 116-112, all in favour of our winner. And still undefeated, and still the Commonwealth welterweight champion from Manchester, England, Denton Vassell.
Good win for Denton Vassell. Grueling, tough fight. We'll be hearing from him next, and we'll be getting the thoughts, of course, of my studio guests Barry McGuigan and